Hi everybody, I'm Natalie with Missouri Star Quilt Company, and today on Embroidery 101 we're going to learn the cross stitch. So this stitch is typically done on cross stitch fabric for cross stitching projects. The fabric is called Aida fabric and it comes in lots of different sizes and thread counts, so your project, it'll be completely dependent on what you're making and what you're comfortable using. But for the purpose of learning today, we're just going to use our little sampler. We've gridded out some dots to represent where those holes might be, because we're not going to get too big into like counting and all the things that go into cross stitch. That's for a whole nother day. Okay, so we're going to start with our thread. It's got a knot in the end, and we're going to start down in this bottom, this little dot right here, and we're going to make our lines going to the top right. So we're going to stitch diagonal lines into the fabric using our little dot grid. We'll come back up at the lower dot. Now in your cross stitch patterns or designs, you'll do however many in the color that you're using and whatever row you're working on. I'm going to do this entire row because it's pretty short. And it'll give you a good idea of how the cross stitch works. So you just continue making these diagonal stitches. All right, let's take this over to the hoop and I will show you a little bit closer because we're almost to the point where we're going to start our second row of stitches. All right, so we're going to continue the rest of this line, coming up from the bottom and going diagonally to the right. Okay, now when you reach the end of your row, oops, don't pull it too tight or it'll pinch up. You're going to go into this bottom dot here, and we're going to go back the opposite direction, stitching in where our top left dot is to create these cute little X's. And that's it. You just continue all the way through until your row of X's is complete. It's surprising, I think, sometimes when we look at these stitches and we think they're so much more complicated than they really are. Coming up and going into those same holes that you made on the last row of stitches. And that's it. You'll just knot it at the back and your cross stitches are done. So again, cross stitch is a stitch that you'll probably use in other projects, but I think it's great for us to learn and practice and get better at it. It's super fun, it looks really cute, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial on the cross stitch from Missouri Star Quilt Company.